Good morning, everyone. I am coming to you from my favorite room in my house, my music room this morning, and I have some exciting news to share. But before I share that, I want to give you a little backstory on where this is coming from. So a few years ago, after we came out of the life-changing circumstances that the whole world experienced, I have to admit that I was feeling kind of lost and wondering, one, what just happened? And two, what am I doing with my life and how do I move forward out of this? And the Lord led me to a really helpful Bible study by Jenny Allen called Made for This, where she goes through the life of Joseph. And as we studied the life of Joseph, we looked at how God allowed all of these circumstances to happen in his life. And he was just putting the pieces together for what he was ultimately leading him to. And part of the study was going back and looking at your own life. And so what had God done when I was a child and a teen and a young adult? And what were the things that brought me great joy? And what were my giftings? And what had he created me to do? And so the big takeaway for me, which I have to admit to you was a little surprising, but when I tell other people, they're like, oh my word, how did you not see that? It's pretty obvious. But it was worship and music and making music. And so it was so affirming to just go through this exercise of looking at all those things and realize that I can pursue music. I can spend time developing my craft, working to become a better worship leader, and that none of that is a waste of time, and that's actually what God gifted me to do. And I have to tell you, my greatest joy to this day that I experience, and when I know that I'm doing the thing that the Lord created me to do, is when I'm leading worship. And so it's an awesome responsibility, and it is an awesome privilege that I don't take lightly. So fast forward, most of you know I've been posting videos on YouTube or other social media platforms of me singing and different worship songs. And my heart behind that has always just been to encourage people with worship music because it's so important in my own life. And about a month ago, I posted a video and I was approached by an organization in the States called You, God's Music, and asked if I wanted to submit an audition for a showcase that they have coming up. And so I've taken a few weeks to pray about it with my family and have decided that yes, I'm going to audition. And that's my exciting news is that I'm auditioning for this. And the first round, in order to get through, is all based on public votes. And so I have to put myself out there, and I have to tell you that this is the most uncomfortable part, to ask people if they would like to come alongside and support me in this journey, this open door that the Lord has allowed. I have no idea what he wants to do with it, but I will be posting more details about how you can get information. And if you like to vote, there is a small cost to vote, and a portion of the revenue that is brought in by the voting process is given to the artist, and a portion of it is given to my local church, which I love their heart for supporting the local church. So anyway, details to follow, but when you see all of this stuff coming up on my feed in a couple of days, I just wanted you to have the background on what was going on. I'd love your prayer support. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Love ya.